Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today we are going to be doing Junk Journal January 2025, and we're working on outline number 4 and depth, which is number 5. We're going to do those two, and this is brought to us by Meg Journals. And I decided to join it because I needed something to challenge me and inspire me and just to have fun. So you remember me making the cover, which was yesterday's. And this is the one that I did before. And then this is the one that I made actually into a little journal that I will show you at the end. I'm going to set it over here so I remember to show you. So anyhow, we have our number 1 day. I need to get in here and number these. This is number 1, 2 for envelope, 3 for ticket. And everybody said they liked my ticket and tooth story. So that's where we're going to put our little items when we get done with them. So let me set this to the side. Now I ended up deciding I'm going to put a pocket in the front up here, or a belly band or something that I can hook this into the front of my journal. And I can pull it out and refer to it and that kind of thing. So our items to use today, I'm into the mixed media, wanting to use more mixed media in this. So we're going to do some stamping, and the stamping is actually going to be on some tissue paper. So I was thinking about that. I think I saw somebody doing that, and it turned out really great. Paper Crafting with Miss Tommy sent me this beautiful little fairy, and I'm going to use her. She's sort of an outline, and see, these are going to be in black, so they're sort of an outline. This is going to be a dusk scene. It's going to be sort of like when the moon is coming up, the sun is getting to go down. I've also got my Scriball, which is sort of like, I don't know if you would consider this a Stabilo, but it's like a water-soluble type of end on here, and you can put wet over it, and so we're going to use that around our moon, and we're creating our moon with the masking paper. I have to get a big circle and cut it out, and that's going to be our moon. We're also going to be using some inks. I've got Lost Shadow, Speckled Egg, and Faded Jeans over here. They're all Distress Oxides, yes. And they're going to create our skyline, which is on this. And that is this, oh, sorry, kitties. That is the same white heavy stock paper, distress paper by Tim Holtz, and it does all these different mixed media items. So we are going to get into, and this is, of course, it's cut the same size as my cover, so it'll go on my, oh gosh, that's right. The pages inside are not the same size, so let me get all of this out of the way. The moon, I think, is our first thing to do, but I do have to recheck this size because I don't think it's right. I want to thank everybody for coming to visit and seeing what I'm going to do today, and we're going to have a little fun. I'm going to show you a few little mixed media things that you might want to get into if you're into the mixed media. Okay, now I got to go back over there and cut that down. So first I have to get one of my papers out here. This is Brutus Monroe masking paper, and I got it on May Made It's shop site. I need to find a circle. Alright, I found one. I got this extremely large cup that has makeup supplies in it, and I've been meaning to use them in some of my crafting. So that's where we're going to use. Now, I have some circle nesting dies, and I could use those, but just in case you don't have anything like that and you want to cut out a circle, I've used plates before. I've used cups, as you've seen, bowls, anything that might work. So what we need to do is cut our circle out. And I know some people say they're not good at circles. If you have a long shear like this, I open it all the way, and I'm turning it with my left hand as I'm pushing down with my right. It's like my left hand is the driver, and my right hand is just the muscle. I guess that's a way to look at it. And if you think you're not going to be in the line or out of the line, you can slow down, you can stop. And then I need to pick this back up again. And as you get more comfortable with it, you can get faster, you know. You don't have to go as slow as Methuselah. All right. I have this little piece left over. Who knows? That could be used for something. And let me show you how this, how this works. It is going to be a skyline. And the moon is going to be kind of up here on this end. Now, I can save this too. This is not going to be trash afterward. So save your little end. Put your moon down, which I think it's going to be about right here. That's good enough. And that is not a, permanent stick. That is sort of like a washi tape. So now I'm going to take one of my spouncer. Oh, I just took the end off of my spouncer. Well, I think I've had that problem before. So what I usually do is I'll open up my stapler, if I can get it to work. And let me see if I can get this to work and show you. Now my stapler's not working. Well, this may be totally out of the window. All right, I had to get my pliers here and get that staple out. And then I stapled it, and then it finally came out. Okay, so then I just put it on here, and I push down. And sometimes it does not go in. Sometimes you really got to put some weight behind it. I probably need to get myself one of those bigger staplers. It's not working. All right, I have to get my husband to help me. And if that doesn't work, I'll just get myself some really strong glue. Okay, so we're going to start out with the lighter shade, which is Lost Shadow. And we're just going to kind of draw it across. I'm not going to go all the way to the bottom because that's where the tissue paper is going to come in. So we're just going to start. And this is a very mild color. Look, you can't even barely see it. How does that usually work? Is the light at the bottom? Yeah, if the sun is going down, the light is going to be at the bottom. Because that's where the glow is left. Okay. And I'm going to go up just a little bit because I'll probably blend it in with the next color here. And you want to put a little bit around the outside. I'm going to try another little gimmick that I saw somebody do. And it was really cool. And she added water and had like a fog going across it. I have a short where I did that. It's kind of a harvest scene. And it turned out really cool. Now I got to try to blend that out a little bit down here. And this speckled egg is a beautiful color. I love it. Yeah, so you're going to come down here a little bit and kind of blend it into your Lost Shadow just a tad. I'll get a little bit on the lower side of the moon here. Okay. Now you can always come back in here with this other pad if it's not doing a great job of blending. You can go back in with that other color and blend again and see it kind of really took it out. All right, so then we're going to go in with the Faded Jeans. And this is kind of a pretty color. I've used it for skies and sunsets or night scenes, snow scenes. I've had quite a few things that I've used this with. Ooh, okay. Try to get the circle out of there. Ooh, right. Went to watch my Oak Island last night, and it's not been on, and I guess it was because of the holidays. And it's finally come back on, so I gotta watch it. I don't know what happened. He must have had something recording because it did not record on the 9 o'clock time period. It was much later at 1, so I was not able to catch it. I love that show. It's got all my fun things on there. It has stuff about metal detecting, kind of archaeology. I love archaeology stuff. Oh my gosh, y'all. You know, I love anything Egyptian, and I guess it's because you're finding all of these things under the earth, you know. And I just love it. I think it's so fun. Okay, our next little project here. All right, our next step is to pull this back off. See, it's not very hard at all. And there is my moon. Now, ooh, you want to do it kind of on a slow... Oh, it's kind of pulling a little bit of that up. I'm amazed I didn't rub it down very hard. Just be gentle. Oh, there's a little bit more. That's okay. We're going to have some things happening in the moon, so that could be covered up. Oh, and it's also got these little rips on the back there where you're able to get that sticker paper off of here a lot easier. Okay, so that can go back in my Brutus Monroe package, and I can use it again. All right, so I can't believe that. So what we want to do is spray, and my sprayer is not the best sprayer in the world, but we're going to try this. So we're going to spray around the outside edge really nicely. Then, did I do enough? No. Oh gosh, it's wet. And it is supposed to, I don't know if I got enough on there. It's supposed to wick into, I don't think I did enough on here, guys. It's supposed to wick through the moon. Oh well. That did not turn out the way I thought it was going to. That's okay. I got to turn the moon golden anyhow. Oh. But yeah, you're supposed to do a whole thick line through there. But at least I've got the water reacting to this, which is good. Okay, for curiosity's sake, I got a piece of paper, cut it the same size, did the same process out of my mixed media pad I got from Walmart. We're going to see if it's a different technique reaction than this paper. I'm really not really liking this paper too much. It's not doing what I'm thinking it's supposed to be doing. Oh, look how this... Oh, yes. See, that's the way this was supposed to react. I didn't have enough dark down here, but see the swirls going through the moon? Yeah, that's what I was supposed to have happen with this crappy paper. You can add a little bit more water if you want more swirls to go through. But yeah, it's supposed to be kind of like a messy night. Messy is the right word. You can dab it off if it's going in the wrong direction. We're going to have some stuff down there. But see how it acted? Oh, gosh. And I don't know if I can add a little bit more in there. Let's grab that before it goes too far. See if I can drag it with my finger. That's kind of cool. All right. So, now, I'm going to have to use that other paper for something in particular, because it ain't for that. Plus, when I pulled my little mask off, it didn't rip or nothing. I don't know what's going on with this paper. Okay, so I took my big cup over there, and this is a piece of paper bag that I had from making my, my journal. And I'm going to actually put it over here, and we're going to do a little spray. I'm going to try not to get it everywhere, as you can tell. And it just needs to be close. So this is the Dilutions Shimmer Spray, and it's Pure Sunshine. And it's a beautiful yellow. I don't have much left because I've used a lot of this. I need to get some more. And I'm just going to kind of spray it on here so I can get kind of a yellow. Now, it's not... Am I covering up all of my work that I just did? I think I did. Oh, but you can put water on it. Like, you can't even see now that that was a moon. How sad. Yep, it's... I never know what I'm going to do or what result I'm going to get. Well, crap. Well, guess what? We might just have to do something else. Well, I'll tell you, I'm not going to worry about it. I think I'm going to have so much more going on here, you're not really going to notice the moon anyhow. So, to go with our word outline, I'm going to use this black Scrabble. Got this at Hobby Lobby in the art department. And I'm going to just kind of brush the outside here. I'm going to try this first, and if this doesn't do what I want to do, I might actually just go ahead and do an outline here. Because I'm wanting to have the outline of the moon really sticking out. Then I'm going to add that water and make it kind of faded, I guess is the proper word. So I'm trying to get outline to work for me and a whole lot of different aspects on here. I don't know if that's going down deep enough, hard enough, but we'll see what we get once I hit the water to it. All right, so have I got any water in it? Yes, I got water in it. Okay, maybe I need to squeeze it. Sometimes you need to squeeze, get the water to start flowing again. There we go. Now, you know when you see some of those really cool harvest moons and stuff like that, that's got the halo or the shadow around it? It's kind of what I'm going for, although theirs is more of a white. It's a white halo. Maybe I should have tried that. I didn't think it would show up very well because everything else on my background's very, very light. So this is called artistic choice. Artistic durability. I don't know. Now, in one of the other videos, I was asking if you would like to hear more about me, my creative journey or whatever. And I thought I'd tell you about my first, well, what would be? I guess my first remembrance in anything art-wise was when I was in, I think it was 2nd grade. And I don't know how we got into doing things with pottery, but she had given us some clay. It's just our regular teacher. Back then, I guess they had it in, you know, I graduated in 82, so that was a while back. But they gave us this clay, and we were to create something, and then they were going to fire it for us. And I created a horse. I mean, I was always into horses. I love horses. So that was what I created. And it turned out really, really good. He was standing on all 4 of his feet, and he had his mane and tail and everything. And I just remember my teachers being amazed at it. I don't know why, but to me, that was just normal doings. All right, now what have I got here? I need a little bit of this. I got this at Hobby Lobby as well in the party section. And I've already ripped a little bit off of here. But we're just going to do like a little bit of a collage-y kind of stuff at the bottom. Maybe just one solid piece. I don't know how I'm going to go about this. Let's see. Just to give it a little bit of zhuzh, you know. It needs something here. But yeah, something like that. Yeah, we'll just go across with one solid piece. And I'm going to use regular glue. And let's see. Let's just see if I can do this. And then I'll go and squish it under the edges that need more help. Yeah, let's do like that. I filled my container up before we started. I was ready to go. All right, let me go ahead and get my smoother in here. Actually, that smoothed the glue up, so I don't have to worry about the thing. It smoothed it on my hand. All right. Now, let's see what we got. And because I filled that, now it wants to bubble. Let me plug it. Let me trim the outside edges, and then we'll get to the next step, which is stamping. Now, I hope I have enough time to do the next one, depth, but I may not. I don't know. I'm ticking away here on this first one, and I still haven't got it done. I might keep that. Do something with. You never know. All right, so now we're going to stamp. And I've got this stamp set here. Got it at Hobby Lobby. I'm a broke record. It's Meadow. And I loved all the different type of, especially this one. I love this one. But I've got the wheat, and I've got that purple thistle. And then I got this one at the bottom. And I think that's the one. I'm going to actually do a couple of these because I want them to go up to the moon. And then we'll do the bottom one, which will take care of the base. And I think I saw somebody stamping on tissue paper is what gave me this idea. Now these, I would consider these an outline as well. They're going to be totally black. So I'm assuming it's going to be considered an outline of a plant, right? I'm trying to use, yeah, I love that. Use the word. It did smear a little bit there. Let me stamp off real quick. Get the rest of that off of there. It likes to stick up in them little pieces. All right, next, I think I'm going to use the purple thistle. That's the last thing in the year that blooms, and that's the last thing our bees can harvest from. If you have any of these purple thistles, yeah, they're late in the season, and yeah, they are what the bees go for. And then the poor little bees have nothing left, and they get cranky and ornery. After that, you know, they got nothing to do. And so, yeah, they still come up and steal water out of my pond. Well, I shouldn't say steal. That's part of their little domain. All right, we're going to go for this one now. I guess I'll turn it that way. And that'll be our base. Now, this has got cone flowers. I'm pretty sure these are cone flowers, and I love them. Mom's got them over there. Pinks and some other color, and I just love them. And I think she has a white and a pink, and I think she just recently got a red. But they have a gorgeous look to them. Get that big old, and their cone has three different colors in it. It's really, really cool. Now, I don't know how much more. I think it's just this side that I'm going to need. And I'm going to put it over here. Because I don't know if that, I think that paper is making it just a little bit on the wet side. It needs a little bit more dry time. All right. Did I connect it up there enough to where it looks like it's one and the same plant? I think so. Okay. So let me stamp this off. Woo, woo, woo. I'll probably come back in here and rub some something like this over it. That's got too much on it to let it go in there. I need to get out another one of my wet wipes. I'm kind of lazy. All right, so this can go back down here. I love it. I just love this bottom one. I've used it and decorated it up at times and done this and that with it. but it's really useful. I think they've got several different ones with plants. Okay, let me get this off the table. The next thing we need to do is put our fairy. And then I think it's done, isn't it? Is that all I wanted to do? I think it was. Okay. Let's get some of this stuff out of our way. Let's see if I can put my fairy down. Where's the glue? So she is going to be dancing this way, I guess. Yeah, that would be good. I've been trying to find ways to use these fairies because I think I've used almost all of the ones in this position. And see that? I'm going to leave that loose. I like these little tendrils. And this goes also with my little girl on the front. Whoops. So, there we go. And let's get her in the moon. So it looks like she's just flying along. Goodness, what did I do? Oh, did I touch something down here? I think that's still wet. Okay. Okay, I wanted to jump back in here and tell you that because this tissue paper must have had sort of a coating or a slick surface to it, this ink here, which is the VersaFine pigment ink, is not wanting to dry on it very easily. I've hit it with a heat gun and I dabbed it with my little napkin here, but there's still a few places that seem like they've got a little bit of wet to them still. So I would suggest using StazOn Jet Black. I should have did that, but this will go on any kind of slick. It'll go on acetate. It goes on anything like that. So yes, I just wanted to mention that. Use StazOn when in doubt. Okay, I'll leave that to dry and we'll put it in afterward. So this was 3. This is 4, which is what we just did, outline. And 5 is depth. So I need this one to work on page 5 with. And what I'm going with here for depth is I was trying to pick out things that I had in my drawer up here that I'm not using, and somebody had embossed these little flowers and sent them to me. So we're going to colorize them with some alcohol ink. And then I can't, oh gosh, Beverly. I think there was a lady from Canada named Beverly. She used to watch me. I don't ever see her comment or anything anymore. But she sent me all these beautiful little teacups and tea pots. And there's like one, it's like a little stack of teacups. They were beautiful. This is actually the saucer. I had to ask her what this was, and it's actually a saucer. So what I'm trying to go for here is depth, and it's like, here's Our Lady. She's going to be, she might have to be up behind because the teapot's awfully large, so that needs to be in the front. So what the deal was is going to be a depth of vision here. She's going to be up behind. The teapot is very large, so it has to be in the front, like it's at the front of the scene. So, well, the teacup, I had these butterflies, but I don't think we're going to be using them. And I have this, which is Angela Kerr. She had a digital with lace in it, and I'd printed this out, and I used that one little piece on 3 different pages like this. But we're going to use probably this beautiful one with this corner on it, and we're going to put it on the page. And she's going to be like right behind it, like she's at the end of the tablecloth. All right, so I need to cut this out. I don't know exactly how big we need to make it, so I'm just going to slice it out for now. And it's got some great texture to it. I don't know how tall it needs to be, though. Let's see. It actually could get cut right along its edge there. But we need her to be sitting up behind. We need the teacup on here. Near the front maybe. And then maybe her teacup could be a little further back. Like right in there, I guess. And or closer to her maybe. Yeah, it'd be closer to her. There. And I'm not sure what the deal with the flowers will be. Maybe they're going to take up negative space. I just need something else in here. So I think that's how it's going to work. So we're going to make her, or the tablecloth, end right there. I'm going to set that to the side, that to the side, and this. And we'll cut it right across like that. And then we're going to cut it along the edges, like a rough cut. Because I'm going to get in here with a little bit of vintage photo and brush along the edge here to kind of tone down that white. So yeah, I remember doing the pottery with the horse, and that was so cool. I was in class, and I don't know if it was a fire drill that happened in this second grade class with us. I think that was Mrs. Baylor. She was one of my favorite teachers. But there was a guy named Dorwin. His name was Dorwin Lamb, and there was a few Lamb kids that came to the school, and they were all related, you know. But he had stumbled or fell over the desk, or maybe somebody tripped him. I cannot remember what exactly happened. But he hits the ground and hits his two front teeth, upper teeth, on the ground. And he broke them. Or they didn't break all the way. They broke like the two front corners where they meet broke off. And we all said, oh no. I don't know to this day if he ever was able to get that fixed, but that was bad. That was one thing I do remember from that class. But we used to go outside, and we got to play in the front there. Miss Baylor's house was just on the other side of the fence, and it was really beautiful. It had one of those old turret kind of corners in it on the front end of it. And I always loved houses like that. They're just so pretty. Okay, so we're going in here like this. So we need some glue, because I don't need anything else happening to this piece. Yeah, I always loved old houses too. Love to just kind of imagine what their stories would be if they could tell what happened inside. But all of us kids, we'd go out there and play Red Rover, send so-and-so right over. I can't remember if I was picked that often. But I love dodgeball. We used to play dodgeball too. Love that. Oh, and what was it? Foursquare? There was a game with a ball and Jack Rocks. That's one I don't know why I'm saying Foursquare. Oh, that was another one I liked. Yeah, Foursquare. Because that was, you had 4 squares there, and somebody was in each square, and they would throw or bounce the ball over there, and it was sort of like tennis. They would try to knock it out or something where the other person couldn't get it. And I think I'm going to try to put a little bit of a dark edge on this, just so it kind of stands out a little better. But Jack Rocks, I mean, I got a fat hand with short fingers. But back then it was small. And you had your ball and you'd bounce it. And you start with 1 jack. And you'd go up and count as successful as you were with each. You know, you try to catch 1. You try to catch 2. Sometimes you had piggybacks. and there would be one jack on top of the other. And yeah, it was just fun. I love that. And to this day, Jack Rocks is one of my favorite things to think about from back then. Now, I remember one time in dodgeball, this was right up now. In the 7th grade is when I went to have my scoliosis surgery. So we had we had to go out and play, and I was out there too. And then there's this one guy, and he's always so braggarty and everything. Well, Dennis something, Sheffer, that's it. Dennis Sheffer. So he was out there bouncing the ball and everything. And I don't know if he was saying something derogatory to me or something, but I said, go ahead and throw it. Throw the ball. So he threw that thing. I had that body cast on, and it hit my chest and bounced right off of my chest, and I hit the ground like I shot a shotgun, and the repercussion blast from it. And they all ran over. Are you okay? Are you okay? I said, I'm fine. I'm fine. I said, it just threw me off. But, okay. So, before we get any further, we have to colorize our goodies here. So, let me get into that. All right. I brought these over. Now, this one is a Copic, and it is a hydrangea blue. And I'm trying to go with the colors that's in here, but I don't I don't have that many colors. Actually, the hydrangea blue is not the color to go with. This lavender is, because that lavender is definitely in there. So that's a no. So these markers here that's got this weird shape are Master's Touch from Hobby Lobby. And then I've got another one here that is a pale blue that we could use 2 on 1 flower. And then I got some pinks. These are Spectrum Noir. I know I've got several different kinds, don't I? And the BPs are in the same group. And then this is a PP. And I didn't have another BP. I don't know where they're all at. What I ever did with them. But let me sit down here. I'm going to do a little coloring. And I'm not that great at this. So I'm going to only try to go with 2 colors. We're going to do the purple first. And I think you start, let me see, there's a pointed tip and then there's a chiseled tip. So I'm going to go ahead and start with it. And I think this has to be yellow. So we're going to avoid that. Let's see. I'm going to go on the outside first because I think that is the lighter shade, if I'm thinking about this correctly. So you come in a little bit, and you just follow around. And I'm going to cut these out. So if I go outside the line, who cares? So I don't have to be so gentle with it. But we're just going to take and colorize one of these. And then I'll show you what we got. And I'll probably color the other one up off screen, off video, so you don't have to suffer through it. I do need to find me a color that's going to go for the stem, though. Now that's the chiseled. I like to use the chiseled because I have a whole lot more control. Now see, that's a little on the darker side. So that's why we wanted that to come in here. Oh, I got to get the blending one too. There's also a blending pen. And I have to get that. So the 2 edges, usually you can use like 3 and then you'll go back over with the other color that you just previously used. Now I'll try that first, but if that doesn't work, I'll try maybe the blender. All right. Let's see how realistic it looks. It's only got 2 colors, so it's only 2 dimension, I guess is what you'd say. So then we're going to use this one again. and see if we can get that to blend. Oh, this is kind of how they do it. So you always go back to the previous one you just used, and it blends your colors together on that harsh line. I don't think I've ever used these with you guys before, have I? I may have mentioned using them for something I was doing, but I don't think I've ever actually used them. All right, let me find something for this middle. Okay, but all I've got is this cadmium yellow, which is one of the Copics. I gotta get me a few more. I just, I got them to experiment with, to see how they work. And, that was me with a lot of things. I'd get a few colors that were things I was working on. And, yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll color this one up. I don't know if I'm going to use both of them, but why not go ahead and color them while I got them. Okay. And maybe I can go back over it if I wanted to try to get a little darker at the base. Now, these are alcohol, so they're going to dry really, really quickly. So you could probably go back over it, but I don't see it doing anything, to tell you the truth. Now, I got a little bit right there that I didn't even do. So, what do you think? Can you see where it was? It actually blends a little bit there. It's not a very harsh line. Now, they got a blender pen that is like nothing but alcohol that you can use as well. So, we'll see if I even need both of those. It may just be I need one. So, I'm going to go ahead and do this one, because this one, more than likely, I can use both. Alright, let me do that. And this is going to be pink. I gotta always start with the palest one first. This one's harder to see the points. So we're going from the outside. I don't know if that's the palest, to tell you the truth. Alright. Alright. Has anybody got a bad cold? They say the flu's going around here, and I never went back to the doctor to get a flu shot. I usually do, but this year I didn't. They're probably cussing at me or hollering at me about that, but I don't know. I don't go out that much, and if I do, I try to watch what I touch and how I touch it, and I have a tendency to rub my face, rub my nose, and I try to restrict that movement in myself. I don't know if it's possible, but I try. Oh yeah, that's a little darker. So let me get in here between these little doodads. Yeah, there we go. And, ooh, that's bright. I think it's a little brighter than over there, but that's okay. I don't exactly know what that little piece there is, so we're going to just go with it. Alright, there's another one. I don't know if I got to go back over this one and blend. If you get them really, really close together and you have more than one or two, sometimes you don't need to do the line. Ooh, this one's really dark. I may need it for that. It's like I skipped a step or two in colors. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to go over this one. So, let me get this on here and come back over with this one again, right? That's the chisel. Okay. All right, let me see if I can get that to blend. And that's the thing. If this doesn't do the blending, then that's when you get the other one, the other marker, the blender, to come to your rescue. And yeah, I think it's working. I think I'm going to go back in here with this one as well. I think it's this end, because I am noticing the edge. Okay. I think that's done. Now I just got to cut them out. Let me show it to you real quick. Alright, so there's that one. As you can see, the darker where it's going into the base, that will be the darker. The outside edges of the tips sometimes may have a little more color on them, so you may want to put a little bit there. But there's like things that you can watch. Okay, I felt like that one needed a little bit more dark, so I've got a deep violet. So let's see. Let me get in here with this deep violet. Let's see if it gives me a little bit more. Just in that center. Yeah, I think that works better. I'm going to get that other one and rub over it. I put it away already. I think this was the lavender. Okay. Oop, wrong tips. Now see, that's the chisel tip. I've had trouble with some of these coming out. I think it was the Spectrum Noir ones. Of course, I got those from May Made It. And they'll actually come out of the base. Guess you'd call that cheap. All right. Now. Okay, see? There we go. All right, let's get this baby together. So, I'm going to have to cut these two out. I think I'm just going to go with two. Put one like here, maybe one there. I think I've only got room for two. Okay, I got those cut out. I got my lady here and my teacup and saucer. And I found this in my drawer here. And you see how the little flower is behind there and it doesn't really show? I'm going to actually put this little circle up behind there. And I'll go around the outside edge of this real sparsely with glue. And then I'll go around the outside edge of this. And I think that will really help. That's the thing that I didn't like because you can't really see the color. So about right there where it's totally hidden. Yep. Wish I had one for the other one. I don't know that I got a purple anywhere. All right, I found a little piece of magazine that had that purple in it. So I put that behind there. So that fixed it. So we got that purple showing there as well. All right, I'm going to actually glue this down, the bottom section, to the saucer. Because it's supposed to be about like this. Yep, that works. All right, we're going to get our lady in here and figure out where she's at. Oh, come on. Now, this is a paper doll, Tim Holtz. I thought she looked like she was somebody that might be serving, or gosh, look, I cut that too cut that too tall. All right, I'm trying to think if I can do anything there. I've got a little strip. Yeah, always double check and make sure things are working out right. I've got some strips in here. Actually, I got one behind me. I've got this little roll of package, and I use it quite often. So let me see if I can cut as straight as possible. You know me. It's always got to be corrected because I always overstep. So let's get that glued down. Oopsie. Got the glue going everywhere. That's great. And then we're going to put this right here. Oop. Right here. Get over far enough. And have that take care of that. Yes. Now, Crisis averted. I'm always showing you how to troubleshoot, aren't I? Because I'm always finding something I've done wrong. Okay, now we are going to get it going. All right, that's perfect right there. Her head is just close to the top, and that's where I wanted it to be. All right, the teapot here, the teacup here, closer to her, and you can still see all the little goodies in there. Then, maybe I'm going to put this behind her. So that's why I needed to lay it out before I put it down. And then I thought about putting that right there. And see, that kind of overlaps her, so that's blending her into the scene. All right. I'm still debating whether that one just needs to be... I think it needs to be under her. So let's kind of put a little glue there and there. And get a bead on where we want that to be. That right there, right? Yeah. So she can go down first, because everything else lays over top of her. Looks like my birds out there have ate all their feed. So, don't know if I can get out there and fill that thing up and not freeze my feet off. Okay, there's that. So, our word was depth. So, she is the furthest back. And then we have the cup and saucer to go here, like she's drinking it. I think it was like about right there. Get a little bit of this excess glue off. Then, what was it here? We have the teapot and the teacup, which are right... I'm going to add just a little bit more of this scorched timber to this edge right here, because I want to overlap that. Ooh. That ought to do it. And put a little bit of extra oomph in it. Yeah, I just wanted to stand out because it's going to be against that edge. Yeah, that'll do it. And then this, let's see, you can't really see the teacup too well, but oh well. And then this is going to go here, so I need the glue to be around this area. Yeah, something like that. That's good. Now, we'll add our glue to our teapot. And that. And I still got to show you my little journal that I just got done. Because I'd messed up. I'd messed up the cover video when I did it the other day, number 1. And I hit pause. And I thought it was still on pause. But no, I hit it double. I must have double tapped it and didn't realize it. And boom. That thing. You didn't see any of the embossing at all. It was like totally obliterated. Okay, I still have something to glue here. Okay. So, here is... Okay, that one goes here. So, I need to glue my other day 4 here, which is outline. So, yeah, it'll fit. I was getting ready to say, oh no, it's not going to fit. So let's see if I can use this glue. Let's see if it'll go down. Since it's a paper, kind of a lighter paper. Okay. Alright. Give it enough. I didn't do anything around the outside edge of this, but I think I'm alright with that. which that would have added to it if I put an outline on the outline page. Oh, let me get this and see if I can rub it down a little better. Yeah. And then right in here. Hopefully that has dried by now. I'm debating on whether to cut that little tip off. I think I am. It kind of looks odd. Yeah, it didn't hurt nothing. All right, let me get this back in here. So now we have our ticket page, our outline page. It kind of looks odd against each other, but I really like that. I love that outline look. And then we have our depth page. Okay, let me cap my glue, and I'm going to show you the book that I made out of the other one. Get everything out of the way. Okay, so here is the one that I just completed. I put in like a purple. That's about the only color that I thought would go with this. But this is what I was trying to think of in the video that didn't work and didn't get shown. Swag. That is called a swag. So I kept trying to think of that. But I recreated it with two pieces that were just like mirror images of each other. And I got a swag out of that. So there we go. That's the front. I haven't done anything to the backs. I don't think that I am. Now this one I put in, I think the same amount of pages because I wanted it to be like a 30-day journal. And I did a bunch of stenciling. I had 4 stencils that I went through out here and put in. This was that old script one. This was like a splash. I didn't put anything in here, but this is a side tuck. This was just a little kind of a collage that I made and sewed. It was an old one. So I was using up some older product that I had. The ephemera, things like that I'd made. It hadn't done anything with. This is a writing page. Over here, I've got, I can't remember what that's called, but there's that stencil. Now, this is a little bit of a collage here. It was some of that real pretty gold sheer material that Victoria sent me. And then I have a die cut. And then this was just a circle that got cut out of something. And then I had a daisy head that I cut and put there. And like every other page, you can see where some of the oil came through. Maybe the fries. There's that same stencil. And I have another die cut here. And I just kind of threw these together. I cut this in half from a 6x6. I had another circle from something. And I just cut these, fussy cut them out of another piece of paper I had. And the same paper I cut this die cut out of. This was a little frame that I made a while back, like a little slide or something. But it's not vellum, washi tape. It was like a wide washi. I don't know if you can see the light coming through it. I can sort of see it. So I just did some stamping on it. And like this one has a little bit of words and such. And that's got rose on that side. But I thought that was kind of cute. Kind of goes with the green. Here is an altered playing card that I made, and has the Victorian lady on this side, and then there's like a rubble one over here that I just got from Dollar Tree. Here's that other script stamp still, another die cut. Now this little flippy guy here, I still need to fill it. I need to probably cut something and put in this side tuck up here, and I need to put something in here because this is a real deep pocket inside. But I got that the idea from, Roxy Creations. She did them a couple years back. This is one of my very, very favorite things that she ever created. And it's like the deep pocket. You can write on the back. You can write underneath of it. And then you have the tuck on this side. And I love that. I did a little stamping all over the page over here, just for something. Yeah, because they've got all this writing space on this side, so I thought, I could do something with that page. Now this is the double tuck, and I have nothing in it. It's probably another one I need to at least tuck something in. But I was using up some of these 6x6s. So it's got a tuck there, and it's got a tuck back here. And then it wraps the page, and you got the same on this side. A tuck here and a tuck there. And I did the Harlequin stencil in behind there. I did a little stamp there. Try to keep your eye away from the grease stain. And here was another thing. I think this was Roxy Creations as well, but it's a combination that I did from two of her items. She had this page wrap that was a 4-pocket, because this is a pocket here, and then that's a pocket up here. It wrapped your page, and then there was the same thing on this side. And I put one of my garden faux stamps over here. But I can't remember if she had something that had this on it, but I made a flip that is connected to this, and then I've got another pocket right here. Little pocket. And I put that little tag on it, so, or a little pull that you know you can move it. There's that splash stamp again. And the Harlequin. And this is just, I was cutting something out, and I got a lot of these. And they're like a layered piece. There's 3 of them. And anyway, so, and then this was like a tag, and I cut it into a pocket. And that's like a rub one from Hobby Lobby. Here's a little guy on this page. That was from that stamp set that Wayne sent me. Here is another one of those pockets I made. That was a circle that got cut out from like feathers. I did a die cut of the side view daisy. And this came off of like a scrap piece of paper. And this is like a, what is this? I can't remember what they call it. Nope, it just won't come to me. But it's like one of those matchbook covers. But you can get in here, you can write in it and everything. And then you can write on the back if you wanted to. And then it tucks back in, and you can actually put something in the pocket. You can actually glue it down all the way if you choose to. But see, it's got pretty daisies all around, so I just left it like that. There was another sticker, a rub-on sticker, whatever you want to call it, from Hobby Lobby. And then we have our back pocket. And this was like made out of book page, and I did a whole bunch of them at one time. I've got like a, it was a stamp over here. This was a stamp, that's a word stamp. Then I had to have a nice day, and another one of those sticker like rub-on things. And this is just a journal card that tucks in there. So I hope you enjoyed that, and then that's the end. So, everybody, have a great, great day, and I hope you got a lot of ideas and things from everything I showed you today, and I hope you come back again and see me sometime. All right, bye-bye.